What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got a lot to talk about here for you guys here in this video as we near the midterm elections. A lot is heating up here, and we're going to talk about some checks here that you might only have 2 days left to claim here, up to $500 for a lot of people. We got several different things to talk about here in this video. If you're new to our channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, part of my daily commitment to you guys here on a daily basis is to keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis, and also let you know about multiple different checks. There's 33 different states that are passing or have already passed state stimulus checks, inflation relief checks, property tax relief checks, as well as on the federal level. We've already had 3 stimulus checks. We have other stimulus type programs like the student loan forgiveness program that has been passed via executive order. It's currently tied up through a Republican lawsuit trying to block it for over 40 million Americans. President Biden says that he thinks it's going to go through here within the next 2 weeks. I'll keep you up to date here on that. And also what could be coming here in the future. We currently have extra SNAP benefits of $95 a month going on here for about half the states here. Yeah, as you can see here, there's extra SNAP emergency pandemic allotments still going on here. And November is already being announced here for a bunch of states, as you can see here on the screen. So these states that have already been announced here for November are going to be, there's going to be more here because, again, November just getting started here. But the state's already announcing extra SNAP benefits of $95 per family on top of your normal SNAP benefits. Alabama, California, Colorado, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, Hawaii, Aloha, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. For this month of October, you can see all the states that finished here. There could still be another 1 or 2 states that add on, even though the month is, ending here for October. Maybe some states are still finishing up their paperwork, and they could still, because some states actually send out the October benefits in November. Just each state does it a little bit differently. But the October states were Alabama, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, D.C., District of Columbia, Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, the Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. So you can see here, this is basically extra stimulus money. This is because the pandemic is still going on here. So quite a few states here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are rows of 9 times 4, so 36. About 35 states here. There's like two territories in here. So over half the states are still doing this. Still doing this. So this is really good. If your state's not on here, you can call, email, tweet your governor and or state representatives and ask them to be put back on here. So, I mean, you definitely can do that. It's not like that can't be done. It's not like that can't be done here. Now, one thing I do want to mention here is that those benefits, from what we understand, can only go until the pandemic is declared over. So at some point in the future, we don't know how soon or how not soon this is going to be, but President Biden is going to declare the pandemic over, which they have not done yet. Okay, I know that he mentioned in one interview at some point that the pandemic was over, and then he kind of recanted it and said, "Well, I didn't really mean that. I just kind of meant that we're dealing with it differently." And then they actually extended the pandemic since then. Okay, so this was a few weeks ago, and they extended it for another 3 months. Okay, so people were like, because this is literally affecting money in people's pockets with the SNAP benefits, food stamps. It's kind of the same program. People used to know it as food stamps. Now it's SNAP. So the other thing that's going to affect is people on Medicaid because since the pandemic started, there's people that applied for Medicaid and they kind of changed the ruling when the pandemic started, and it basically said if you applied for Medicaid, that they would just accept you in most circumstances, even if you weren't eligible. Okay. And when the pandemic declaration is over, the states are going to have to go through and determine who's not actually eligible. So when that happens, they're going to have to kick off millions of people, millions of people. Okay. So when this pandemic declaration is over, there's going to actually be millions of people that get kicked off Medicare who are not technically eligible. So when this emergency declaration is over, there's going to be this extra SNAP benefits that go away, and also Medicaid is a lot of people are going to lose Medicaid. So it's going to be a very big deal when that happens. When people lose Medicaid, people lose SNAP benefits. So hopefully that doesn't happen sooner than later, but I'll keep you up to date here on this. But a lot of people are like, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. Those extra SNAP benefits help out a lot of people. Medicaid helps out a lot of people. And a lot of people are just like kind of in limbo saying, when's this going to happen? Hopefully it doesn't happen this year. Hopefully it just goes on as long as possible. So I'll keep you up to date here on that. But there's, that's been a lifeline for a lot of people. Just kind of like we think about back in the day, right? The unemployment benefits, those went on for a while, but eventually the extra unemployment benefits eventually they ended. Eventually they ended. Um, but we still have really a lot of different stimulus programs going on this year. The kind of the new stimulus programs that have kind of started up have been the state stimulus programs with about 33 or so states sending out state stimulus bonus checks in all sorts of different ways. We've had the Georgia one sending. The Georgia one was an interesting one. Yeah, the Georgia $350 relief checks to Georgians that went out to about 3 million people in September, and part of a $1.2 billion in pandemic aid for people to deal with inflation. Quote, this assistance will help some of Georgia's most vulnerable citizens cope with the continued negative economic impact from the public health emergency to deal with 40-year high inflation. The checks will be sent to Georgians who benefit from Medicaid, subsidized child health insurance, food stamps, or cash welfare assistance. Yeah, so I had some questions about this here in the comment section recently. So here's kind of what it says here. The money will be sent out automatically, but residents should update their information on a state website. I don't know if you can do this. I don't think you can do this anymore, but this is what it says here. The money would have been sent out automatically, but residents should update their information on a state website, which was on dfcs.georgia.gov, that manages health and welfare benefits. It was only available to those who enrolled in their benefit programs before July 31st. So hopefully we continue to see more programs like this for the low income, middle income, for seniors, children. Of course, we have the potential child tax credits to be renewed, $3,000 to $3,600, and we also have the potential $2,400 Social Security bill as well. Um, so yeah, so hopefully we can get both of those here, or one or the other, either one, both of them, passed here soon. With Republicans and Democrats, to come together at some point here. I'll keep you up to date here on all of these. Another big thing brewing right now, literally kind of brewing as they're making this, is the diesel shortage. You can see here right from CNBC. The diesel market is in a perfect storm as prices are surging as the supply dwindles ahead of winter. Diesel prices have increased by 33% for November deliveries as and are expected to go higher. Diesel supply in the Northeast, the drought-stricken Mississippi River, and a potential rail strike are contributing to higher fuel demand, with calls for the federal government intervention to increase supply. The problem is that the gas and oil companies are the ones in charge of this, not the federal government. Diesel reserves have not been this low since 1951, and a ban on Russian products set for next year will intensify competition for the fuel. Quote, the national average price for diesel today is $5.30 and is expected to go up 15 to 20 cents in the next 2 weeks. Remember, the diesel price affects the price of your food, the price of anything you buy in the store, and is part of the reason why food prices have gone up so much. Everything has to be delivered to the store. So, yeah, this is part of the reason why every single thing is so expensive, because everything you buy from the store had to get there via pretty much a diesel semi truck. You can see here the US now has just 25 days of diesel supply left, the lowest since 2008. Now, this doesn't mean that we're going to run out in 25 days because they're producing diesel every day. Okay. But this shows how critically low we are. And this is, one would think that this is part of oil company, gas company strategy to raise the price of diesel, which is already about, you can already see gas and diesel, diesel prices are $1.50 more than regular. And remember, diesel takes less refining to to make than gasoline. So diesel takes less refining to make than regular gas, and yet it costs $1.50 more than regular, which is just unbelievable. And now we're at 25 days left of supply, and we have this diesel shortage, which is a massive cause of concern for a lot of people. We're starting to see a lot of headlines on this, and you know, this is it's pretty frightening. Remember, there's a massive war going on in the world. We have threats of nuclear bombs being dropped, and now there's a diesel shortage. Yeah, not really a good thing, right? Luckily, we have some states and multiple different places sending out checks here. You can see here a tax rebate 2022. Virginia residents have just 2 days left to claim rebates worth up to $500. If you've been watching my show, you know that multiple different states sending out checks like this. We'll go over a couple different states here. Here's the details on this one. Eligible Virginians have until the first day of November to file their 2021 taxes in order to receive a rebate of up to $500. Residents must have received a tax liability for their taxes to get a rebate of up to $250 for individual filers and $500 per joint filers per the Virginia Department of Taxation. So this is directly from the Virginia State Department. $250 per individual filer, $500 for married couples. So there's 2 days left to file in Virginia. I think that there's, yeah, 3.2 million Virginians who are eligible to get these checks per the state. So this is a lot of people. 3.2 million Virginians are going to be receiving these checks. Rebates will be delivered to eligible Virginians by direct deposit or paper check to those who file their taxes. Next up, Alabama revenue surplus could lead to a rebate check for Alabamians. Alabamians? Yeah, and also could suggest permanent tax cuts as well. The states of Alabama could be sending you a check in the mail next year because of a surplus in revenue that our state got this year. But the Alabama Policy Institute suggests there could be a better option. The Alabama Policy Institute, API, suggests that the state government collected over $13 billion in fiscal year 2022, which was over their budgeted amount. State lawmakers are now trying to figure out what to do with the $2 billion surplus. We've seen this unprecedented increase in revenue, more taxes coming from citizens than ever before. Pretty much every single state has a surplus at this point. Quote, Alabamians deserve permanent tax relief, not just a one-time check. So you can let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think is a better option? Permanent tax relief or a one-time check? What do you think is better? For every state, what do you think is a better option? A lot of other states are using that to give permanent tax cuts, rebates, etc., but there doesn't seem to be a lot of really meaningful ideas on tax reform in Alabama. It seems we've settled in this rebate idea, and that's it. Senator Arthur Orr says the rebate idea could send $150 to $200 for each taxpayer. For those married filing jointly, it could be double, so maybe $300 to $400. As a budget chair, it'd be my recommendation that we spend a goodly portion rebating, is that correct English? The money, or sending the money back to Alabama taxpayers because they're the ones that gave it to us in the first place. He and Representative Danny Garrett said the surplus won't be around forever, and once it's spent, it's gone. It would not be a good policy to take a one-time infusion of revenue and do permanent tax cuts. You know, the thing I wonder here about this is if they're talking about sending, $200 or maybe $400 for married couples, how can they really do a permanent tax cut? I mean, how far can that really go permanently, right? I mean, just mathematically, it doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, how can you do a permanent tax cut if you're only talking about $200 to $400 a person? I mean, how can you cut something permanently forever? Doesn't really seem like it would go that far. If we go and make massive tax cuts, there have been states like Kansas that got in trouble because they overshot the runway, so to speak, and they cut too much. You see, that's exactly what I'm thinking, right? Even still, the two lawmakers say that tax relief could be in the future, aside from revenue surplus. We've been doing tax cuts the last 2 or 3 sessions. We'll continue to do that. So let me know your thoughts here. I will be opening the box here and announcing the winners for our $1,000 cash giveaway here tomorrow on Halloween. And also you will get to see our family's Halloween costumes here on Halloween. So we all have Halloween costumes and we will be showing you guys here tomorrow on Halloween. So make sure you check our videos here tomorrow. Remember, we have new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't miss out. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. So make sure you click the subscribe button down below, and the bell icon is completely free to do so. You literally just click it, and that's it. And don't forget to hit the like button for us as well, and I will keep you up to date here. You can click here to watch my newest video next. Or you can click here to see some other checks that are going out here for Halloween, actually. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.